Hello there guys and welcome back to my channel for the first time in what has it been? 3 months, and I do apologize for that, and I know I apologized in the last few videos already saying I'm gonna try to be more consistent. Well, I wasn't. As you can see, very different background now. Obviously it always is weird to me when someone might be watching this video and this channel but doesn't watch my videos on Blues Fans TV. Then you wouldn't know that I've just moved house and this is my new background in my new flat. So, that's why, things are different, things are looking different. That's also part of the reason why I haven't uploaded in so long, but it's definitely not the only excuse. Just didn't have the motivation, in all honesty. But I'm back and I'm gonna try, honestly, I will try to be much more consistent now. I really will. And if, you want to see that, if you want to see videos in the future, make sure you subscribe to my channel. We were slowly but surely dropping subscribers, but not too badly. So let's get those subscribers back. Let's well and truly get on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Let's get on that road. So if you're new here, please make sure you subscribe. And if you're subscribed already, tell your mates to subscribe. Tell your mum, tell your nan, tell everyone to subscribe. Because if I could hit 10k subs on here, that'd be bloody brilliant. And just one last thing before getting into the video itself. I know I'm waffling already. I will be doing a Q&A very soon. I've already put a tweet out for it, so I've got a couple of questions on Twitter already. But if you don't follow me on Twitter and you still want to have your questions answered, make sure you drop your questions down below, whether it's about Chelsea, about football, or just general life questions, I guess. Put all of them down in the comment section below, and I will pick the best ones to answer in the Q&A in the coming days, maybe week or two. But enough waffling now. Let's get into the video. Which is titled "The Best Transfer Window Ever." Chelsea have, since February and the signing of Hakim Ziyech, really been going through possibly one of the best transfer windows in our club's history, at least. Of course, you have the early 2000s, 2003, 2004, even the late 90s with Gianfranco Zola, possibly 2014 with the arrivals of Thiago Costa and Cesc Fabregas. But what's happening at Chelsea right now is nothing short of crazy, because we aren't a Bayern Munich, Real Madrid or Manchester City adding great players to an already great squad. We're a good team with a good squad, but adding great players to make us a very good team. Improving in exactly the right areas, hopefully with exactly the right players. I already mentioned Hakim Ziyech. What's one of the biggest things that Chelsea have been missing for years and years? Exactly, a left-footed attacker, and we finally got that. Alongside that, a great set-piece taker, a workhorse, someone that can shoot from distance, and someone that even brings a bit of experience with it. What more can you really ask for in a signing? And then you've got Timo Werner, the German. Only the guy with the most goals out of anyone in world football under the age of 25. 4th in the Golden Boot race, and a man that had 48 appearances last season, not even all of them from the start, and got a ridiculous 45 goal contributions last season. 45, 35 goals, 28 of them in the Bundesliga, and 10 assists. Not only should we finally have a proper prolific goal scorer again, since the departure of Thiago Costa for the first time really, we also finally have a fast striker, which I've been crying out for so long. You have no idea. Finally, we have a fast striker, and he can also play on the wing, so that helps. Those two signings are officially completed already. But you have to be living on the wrong side of the bloody moon to not know that Chelsea are very close to signing Kai Havertz, another German, as well. Only one of the most talented players in the entire bloody world. And what else were Chelsea missing alongside the things I mentioned already? A creator, a proper goalscorer midfielder, some height and strength in their team, especially when Ruben Loftus-Cheek is injured, and possibly even more technical ability. Well, yeah, Kai Havertz will bring every single one of those things. And to say he could end up one of our best signings, literally one of the best signings in the club's history, is not even leaning too far out the window. And the guy only just turned 21. That's how good and how talented he is. And then you got Ben Chilwell. Not as crazy good as the three previously mentioned, but compared to the level of players Chelsea had to deal with in their position, well, in all honesty, since Ashley Cole left, honestly, I can't make it clear enough how much of an upgrade, of an improvement Ben Chilwell will be on Marcus Alonso and Emerson Palmieri. It's not just that he will just be better than him. He's also young and comes with bags and bags of potential to improve and really turn into a world-class left-back. And also he comes with the approval of the Premier League's best, like all-time greatest left-back in Ashley Cole. So, that helps us a little bit or something if you're unsure about Ben Chilwell, I guess. But now let's come to the slightly more maybe signings Chelsea could be completing to really make this one of the best transfer windows of all time. Because we have to talk about Thiago Silva. Yes, he's about to turn 36 years old in September. Sorry, can't speak. But a bit like with Ben Chilwell, after the players we've had to deal with in that position, especially this season, what an upgrade and revelation the Brazilian could be. What an upgrade and revelation he could be. Of course, if you didn't know, his contract at PSG was not extended and he was offered to us by his agent. And reportedly, Chelsea are seriously considering him. He has other options. There is still the small possibility that PSG just change their mind, especially if they win the Champions League and give him another contract, then he would definitely prefer to stay. But there is a chance we get him. And what were our biggest problems at the back last season? Well, if you ask me, alongside shocking set-piece defending, it was a lack of leadership. And Thiago Silva is the embodiment of that, the absolute embodiment of that. And he doesn't just bring leadership and experience, but also ability though. 35 years old or not, the man just captained PSG into the Champions League final, in which they're taking on Bayern Munich tomorrow. Well, tomorrow for me. For you guys, it's either tonight or has already happened, depending on when you're watching this. Whether they win it, that or not, you know, the Champions League final. Someone that captains their team into the Champions League final is not past it by any means. And what more than just a huge upgrade, you know, could he possibly be? I mean, yeah, his legs might go. You never know. There is a small risk to it. But as of right now, he's still playing the Champions League final. And that will certainly be an upgrade on Antonio Rudiger, Christensen, Kurt Zouma, and Fikayo Tomori. It just is as simple as that. But then we have to come to the goalkeeper. Some of us, including myself, have defended Kepa for longer. Others were on his case from the get-go pretty much. And the rest kind of jumped on the bandwagon somewhere along the way. Most of them at some point this season. At the end of the day though, I think all of us had to concede that it's just not good enough. At least this past season, he wasn't good enough. Whatever the reasons may be for that, lack of confidence, a reported split with his long-time girlfriend, or Hilario being his goalkeeping coach. Whatever may be the reason, he is not good enough when we need someone else. And Chelsea have been linked to various goalkeepers, including young bloody Oblak, arguably the best goalkeeper in the world. He'd be crazily expensive with his buyout clause lying above £100 million. So I very much doubt we'll actually get Oblak, but we have been linked to him, so much so that he even commented on Chelsea himself in an interview. Okay, he was asked about it, but he didn't refuse to comment, I guess. So that's something. But then we're also quite heavily linked to both Nick Pope from Burnley, who kept the second most clean sheets in the Premier League last season behind Edison, and then also Andre Onana from Ajax. Both very, very good goalkeepers who I'd both take, while not being particularly gassed about either of them in all honesty. But let's just say I'm 99% sure that Chelsea will sign a goalkeeper. We'll just have to wait and see who it is in the end. We'll just have to wait and see who it is. And then last but not least, the couple of wildcards that I do have to mention. First of all, Declan Rice, formerly part of the Chelsea Academy, of course, now at West Ham, who plays as a DM there, but reportedly would come into Chelsea as a centre-back because that's what Frank Lampard would like to see him play, because he can kind of see a little bit of John Terry in him, which I would personally be in strong favour of. As a DM, he can get lost, in my opinion. Like, we don't need a relegation-fighting team DM. We don't need that. We're playing attacking style of football. I don't need a Declan Rice as my DM. As a centre-back, though, I see a lot of potential. Alongside being a ridiculously good footballer with just incredible passing range, he also brings bags of leadership at only the age of 21, which is very, very rare and something our squad, as I just mentioned when talking about Thiago Silva, could really, really do with. And then you've got a couple of other small little wild cards, like another couple of centre-backs like Jose Gimenez from Atletico, Ben White from Leeds and John Stones from Man City. Gimenez, yeah, of course, he would be brilliant, but I can't see it happening. Again, he wouldn't exactly be cheap, even though he seems to be a Lampard and a Chelsea fan, weirdly. But, you know, maybe, you never know, but I can't see it happening. And then, like with Lewis Dunk, I don't really need either Ben White or John Stones, in all honesty, so hence why wildcards. But alongside making this ridiculous number of signings, we're also going to get rid of some dead wood finally. Emerson will be gone. Sadly, Alonso will probably stay, but at least Emerson will be gone. But Pedro and Willian are already out the door, but Shuai is likely to follow. So is Ross Barkley. Obviously, Kepa, if we sign a new goalkeeper. And hopefully the likes of Bakayoko and Drinkwater won't even be on our loan books anymore. And with all of that said, with Werner, Ziyech, Havertz, Chilwell, Thiago Silva and Oblak, this is a 10 out of 10 window. This is a 10 out of 10 window and the best window, in my opinion, that this club has ever seen. Maybe up there with 2003 and 2004, but still very much so up there. And it would be an 11 out of 10 with Rice. If you watch AJ3, you know that joke. It's quite funny. But yeah, if we add Declan Rice to the players I just mentioned, make it even better. Make it an A star, 10 plus, an 11 out of 10, whatever you want to call it. It would be ridiculous. If it's Pope or Onana instead of Oblak, which I'm almost certain it will be, I'ma still give that a 9 out of 10 though. And that, in my opinion, is actually pretty realistic. Which is just insane to say. How ridiculous is it? Like, we already have Ziyech and Werner. We're almost certain to get Kai Havertz. We're pretty much certain to get Kai Havertz. We pretty much have Ben Chilwell done already. We're going to sign a goalkeeper. And there is a good chance of us signing Thiago Silva. Maybe not. And then I don't know which centre-back we're going to bring in. And that will lower the number here. But there's a good chance this turns out to be, at least in my opinion, 9 out of 10 window, which would just be insane. And even still then, I don't think Chelsea would be a proper title challenger. I still think Liverpool will be too far ahead. I mean, you can't, even with a 10 out of 10 window, you can't make up that deficit to Liverpool in one window, who've been working with Jurgen Klopp for a number of years now, well, this would only still be Frank Lampard's second season. You can't expect that. Jurgen Klopp in his second season wasn't doing crazy things and winning the league and challenging for the league either. So, you know, you shouldn't be expecting that. What I would expect, though, if we had a window like that, I would expect us to very comfortably finish within the top 4 and not really have to fight for it all too much. And then that leaves us a little bit more freedom to possibly go for an FA Cup more, or possibly even early in the season go for a League Cup more. That would be quite cool, you know, get some silverware under his belt for Frank Lampard, and for, you know, so many of these young players. That would just be bloody brilliant. Well, to be honest, guys, that has really been it for me. I've waffled a lot, I've spoken a lot, but this is what you hear from this channel. This is what you get on this channel. You hear me waffling, and if you're here, and if you like this channel, if you subscribed, if you dropped a like on this video already, if you haven't, do that now, please. Then you enjoy that. And that's what you're going to get, and I'm going to try to provide more of these videos for you guys in the, you know, near future. Let's see how regular they're going to be once Chelsea, you know, gets back to playing. But I will genuinely try to make at least one video a week on here. I would genuinely try my very, very best. So I do hope you're excited for that. And if you are, please make sure you subscribe. Like I said in the beginning, let's make sure we get closer to that 10K milestone, because it would honestly mean a lot to me to get that on my own personal channel as well. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and leave me all of your thoughts ahead of the game. Not ahead of the game. See, this is how much I'm used to recording previews. On everything that I've mentioned, all of the players that I've mentioned down in the comments section below. And would you agree that it would be one of the best transfer windows of all time? And what rating out of 10 would you give it? And of course, like I said, if you have any questions for possible Q&A coming up, make sure you drop them down below as well. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Up to Chelsea, and I'll see you. What do I say? What do I say on here? I'll see you next time. I'll see you when I see you. I'll see you when I see you. It's on Blues Fans TV, isn't it? Well, thank you guys for watching. Up to Chelsea, and I'll see you next time.